Here, the best blades of our generation train and hone their skills. You've seen many things, but do you think you can count yourself among them? Then we'll see the make of your steel in battle. My students have trained for seasons, but you have the experience of true battle. If you can defeat them all, then I will count you as an equal to them. If not, then I have no time for you. Ah, she's as sharp as a knife's edge even when she seems otherwise occupied. I see the way you walk, and it tells me you know how to handle yourself against others. Like Tafa, I have not seen anything with my own eyes. We are both unsettled, but the source is veiled. Perhaps it's the wind. Perhaps it's something more. Well, student, are you ready for this test? Only after this will Master Fidalia teach you. Attention, whelps. We've got a challenger. Look alive out there. I don't want to see slaughtered swordsmen.
A potent find, Tamid.
You have more experience than our other students. I would not have accepted you as one, but I trust the judgment of the disciples. And of course, you've done well thus far. Then drink from the cup behind you. It holds a potent concoction to put you into a deep slumber. If you are worthy, Lecky will reveal a vision to you. Retrieve Raifa's sword, Tafa's shield, and Nabinim's hammer from this vision if you can. These items are symbols. If you can obtain them in the dream, they will be in your mind upon your awakening, carried in your thoughts. You've learned history and battled our pupils. This task requires your mind. When you awaken, take the armaments to the steps of the blade, the tower crowning our school. Place each item at its altar and show your respect for the lessons you've learned. I will meet you atop the tower.
This hallowed ground is cursed with our blood.
Rest and no peace.
The Master's secret she hasn't the strength. You must be stronger.
I traveled long and long to reach Lecky's Blade. What road do you come by, O Wayfarer? I have heard talk of our honored dead rising to slay us. Idle rumor, no doubt.
This is taking longer than I'd planned.
Another fine batch of flesh. Vidalia, you've done well.
I beg you, stop this madness.
Don't be weak. Now stand aside, for I wish to feed.
No, I cannot allow this to go on.
Fool. Then I will take your blood myself.
My secret is revealed. I provided our old master with his life source, the blood of our students, but no more. Though it means my death, I'm glad you've witnessed this. Before you kill me, I must beg one favor of you. Destroy Master Aram Sesnet. He did, and now he's returned as a foul undead creature, a vampire. I could not raise my blade against one so revered, but no such respect compels him. I couldn't defend the students, couldn't even defend myself. The wounds have long since healed. I've already fallen to his curse. It is how he compelled me to call for more and more students. Here, he feeds on our strongest. I'd hoped to stop him with your aid. I was too weak. He sleeps beneath our monument to him, in the graveyard. Go after him before he has a chance to escape. The other disciples, tell them what I've done. Whatever atonement they ask before I die, I will gladly do it.
Did you speak to Master Vidalia? What? You mustn't jest of such things. What did she say, truly? But your manner shows no deceit. How did this happen? Now I know you lie, for he's been dead for almost a century. Yet the legends never did speak of his death. Sept, take you! I won't hear another word. Be gone, and I will wait for Master Vidalia to tell me the truth of it.
My disciples, this stranger speaks the truth. We must go to the graveyard.
I've got a lot to do here.
I will explain more soon, but for now, call upon an arbiter. She must hear my confession as well.
I've had enough of your accusations, outsider. I'll hear nothing more until I speak with Master Fidalia.
Lecky, grant me strength. I must not delay any longer.
A blessed bounty for potion making.
The entrance is hidden in plain sight. I must call an arbiter to oversee my punishment. Lecky protect you, friend.
The fools haven't the strength to face me, so they sent an outsider? Pitiful.
And so it comes to an end, with all of us gathered together at the last. The student, the disciples, the master, and an arbiter. Since your revelation, I've been in torment. Master Fidalia always put the school first. When provisions run low, she goes without. When new weapons arrive, she tests them herself, lest the students be hurt by imperfect blades. No! No! One such as she must die. For her lies, for her traitorous actions. She behaved without honor through these past months, hiding this shame from everyone. Clemency is not for one such as her. And yet, I will miss her guidance.
To think it has come to this. Never in my years of study has such a case been brought forth. Never! The undead have no place in alik'r. And yet Master Fidalia has guided us prudently, courageously. Do we throw away the basket with one broken reed, or do we repair it? Now we know her true nature. We can be prepared for anything. The Masters teach us to recognize danger. She is dangerous, yes, but not such that we should cast her aside. We can help her, and she can still help us.
Have you made your decision? Master Fidalia summoned me. For matters of honor, many turn to an arbitrator for counsel, and when the situation necessitates, I am willing and able to execute justice. That is precisely why. Both Raifa and Tafa are too entwined to offer clear counsel, and I, on the other hand, have only just arrived. You have touched everyone present. As I said before, I would hear your opinion before I render judgment. That is what Disciple Raifa Afhaba said as well. But I ask you, if Master Fidalia lives, will she become as the old master was? How can Lecky suffer an abomination to exist, even if it is for the good of the school? Think on this before answering. In truth, it is what I thought as well. Master Fidalia has served the school faithfully. It was not her desire to fall to a vampire. But it would not suit the school for her to remain. Come, and I shall render judgment. Fidalia, your life is spared. Leave, and never return.
No, I must pay for my crimes. I cannot live with this shame.
An outsider pardons this traitor? I will have no part of it.
Remember the Master's riddle. Bow and accept your exile with honor.
Forgive me, this is my duty. I accept it gladly.
Ever shall you scour the sands and protect our people. So it is written.
Master, be at ease. I will protect the school in your place. I still can't quite believe what's happened. I'm not sure how I will explain it to the younger students. No matter, Lecky's blade needs a strong leader. This duty falls to me. There's no one else. I'll certainly not be a replacement for the Master, but I will try my best. I must, for the sake of the school. It will go on, as it always has. Let it not be said that we shirk our responsibility when need arises. I will make that is, the former Masters, proud.
You were the one that helped Count Ravenwatch explore the Lacrata ruins? Did you find something to stop the blood curse?
Fair potential for fine adornments.
Do you have a moment? It's worth your time. You there. There's gold for you if you'll lend me your time. I am a scholar of some import. Import. That is to say, I've traveled quite far. From Cyrodiil, just to study this forgotten shore. I sorely need an assistant. Azai at Oanak? He's my guide to alik'r. He shows me the best routes and helps me make camp. But he doesn't know much about the great history of this land. I need someone to look around the ruins for an ancient sword. Legend says it only appears to a chosen few. I've had to ask strangers to walk through the ruins to look for it. Untrained eyes. I'm that desperate. Azai at Oanak might tell you where to look, if you're willing. I appreciate the assistance from common folk such as yourself. This sword is a significant specimen of lore, direct evidence of a legendary event in ancient Redguard history. There are books about this, but as you may be illiterate, I'll enlighten you. I suspect this is the site where sword singer Navid slew Ilkub, his ally, over the love of the fair Saide. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yokuda and alik'r. Navid used this particular sword to slay his rival and then himself. As a piece of history, it belongs in a proper Imperial museum. The sword singers were so disciplined they could create a spirit sword. A sword made from their very thoughts. Not many could attain such strength of mind. Navid's sword is rare, as it apparently persisted after his death. The blade of a sword singer is a physical link between ancient Yokuda and alik'r. Navid used this particular sword to slay his rival and then himself. That's not important to my research. With sword singer Navid and his rival dead, I expect someone else went on to have a dozen children with fair Saide. Isn't that how these stories go? The important thing is the sword. No one's seen the sword or had any luck amongst these ruins. A pity, really. I had such high hopes for some of them.
I'm glad that the Imperial has found someone else to talk to. His haughtiness is suffocating. Yes, indeed it does. It is a story of jealousy and betrayal. Have you not heard the Ballad of Navid? In the early days of the Regatta, a powerful Ansei named Yagub led a vanguard of 13 great warriors, sword singers all. In those days, Redguard bonds of fellowship were even stronger than they are now. These men were as brothers. One of the warriors, Navid, was strong but covetous. His dearest companion, Ilkub, had met a woman named Saida, whose beauty was legendary. Hair like polished obsidian and eyes like darkest sapphires. Navid's jealousy grew and grew. Yes, just so. While Ilkub stood on the beach stringing his legendary bow, Navid crept up behind and thrust his sword deep into Ilkub's back. Before Ilkub died, it is said that he looked on Navid with such sadness that Navid's heart broke in two. Racked with guilt, Navid fled to his tent, took up his grandest blade, and killed himself. When Saida heard of what happened, she threw herself into the water from the highest cliff. She was not seen again. The sword in question is a wondrous object, and Herminius Sophis believes it will appear to those who have a connection with death or whatever lies beyond. The great scholar from Cyrodiil doesn't know. Imagine that. He wants to preserve it in a safe warehouse in Cyrodiil, where all the other artifacts have been taken, I imagine. If not me, another would surely stand here. My advice to you is simply to look along the shore. Others searched inland and were disappointed.
Another find for your deep pockets. The potential for health or harm. always forget what that rune means. It is over.
Beware. They covet this blade, and shall come for it.
A fine ord.
You must leave this place. The sword is cursed. You seek the sword, is it not so? I must tell you, you are not the first to discover it. Others tried to take it, and paid a heavy toll. Take up the blade, and you will see. The sword-cursed are here among us already, circling like half-starved jackals. Can you not sense their jealousy? Their spite? The air is thick with it. The curse was forged in blood and envy. I murdered my dearest friend in a jealous rage, and the blade bears that taint still. The sword-cursed cannot bear the thought of losing the blade. If you touch it, they will come for you. Yes, and they will not stop so long as you carry it. Once you fall, and fall you will be consumed by the same jealous desire that drives them. They are long dead, and thus cannot be killed, though they will sleep for a time. But the blade calls out to them, always. When they wake, they shall seek it out again, and the one who keeps it. You have been warned.
Liquid treasure. Such delicate fineries you might craft with that.
It is Azaid. I must speak with you.
A blessed bounty for potion making.
Did you recover the sword? We must speak before you go further with it.
I did not expect you would find it. Only those who are different are capable of such a feat. What do you intend to do with it? Only those with the keenest senses can even see it. And only one without a soul should be able to take it from its resting place. I do not know how you lifted it unless your soul... No matter. What is your intention? A deception. I watch Herminius' office so he does not plunder alik'r. I know more than his books have explained.
No. It is a deep, ancient curse. There is darkness in that blade that even the divines would struggle to banish. Sword Singer Navid's spirit seeks to distance himself from the blade, but he is the source of its evil. He cannot keep shedding the burden to others.
Even if Herminius' Sophis escapes the vengeful spirits, he will take the sword to Cyrodiil. However cursed this sword may be, it is still a relic steeped in our history, our heritage. It must stay in the alik'r. That is for the best. Leave it at the lion's tomb on the shore. Then talk to Herminius' Sophis before you leave. Perhaps he will abandon his foolish search.
Such potential from the veins of Nirni.
I warned you, but still you took the sword. And now you bring it to my tomb? Are you deranged? The sword cursed will return soon. Take the sword away, quickly. I cannot. Do I not suffer enough? It has been centuries since I committed that heinous crime, and the shame is no less potent. That sword is a reminder I cannot bear. Take it away. I may still find some small measure of peace. They will be plagued by the victims of the sword, just as you were. But this is why I hid the sword away. I beg you, take it and leave. I cannot bear to look at it. No, I cannot. I will not. This is all Ilkum's fault. His and Saira's. I will... No. Your words are true. Leave the sword with me.
Any luck finding the sword yet? So few people will work as hard as I do at these things. I'm not surprised that you didn't find anything. It takes keen eyes and an educated mind to fully identify significant artifacts. I may just abandon this site and go deeper in the desert anyway. I heard there were burial sites.
The potential for health or harm. fine. Vala, keep your shame. Joe Shet is done. Evil never sleeps of its own accord. Be gone!
Can fate be changed, I wonder? Do you believe in fate, my friend? What if I said I was sitting here all my life waiting for you to come? That would be absurd, wouldn't it? No. Fate led both of us here at the perfect moment, and I can prove it. In exactly just a few moments, a windstorm will appear right over there. And you, my friend, you will race it across the desert. Because it is my fate to come here and tell you this, just as it was another's fate to tell me mine, and yet another's before that. Your fate is to race the storm and to win. The question is, are these fates fixed? Will you help me test this? The winds gather even now. The storm will appear here any moment. When it does, you must race. Follow the trail of the blue flames and reach the final flame before the storm does. Are you ready to test your fate, my friend? Then if fate is to be believed, the winds are ready as well. Run quickly, my friend, or do not. Either way, we will have our answer.
To north, you make this swift.
It is true. It is all true. You won the race. Our fates are unavoidable. Do you know what this means? It is true. It is all true. You won the race. Our fates are unavoidable. Do you know what this means? Do you realize the full extent of this? It means... what does it mean? I had it all figured out. Something very important, very profound, but now I can't remember. I'm going to stay here until I remember. I have much to ponder now. Do you have further questions of me, my friend? Yes, and every thought we think. Our lives are the shadows fate casts on the sand. Do not fear this truth. Think of fate as your constant companion. To glimpse upon fate is to see what unites us all. But you ran against the storm. You won. You saw it just as I did. Wait a minute. I think I know what this is about. Did Hadun send you? He is a good friend, but he thought this fate business was all nonsense. The woman had prescribed his fate as well, but he did not believe it. Nonetheless, I believe he did go into the desert to see. Perhaps you should seek him out. Yes, and every thought we think. Our lives are the shadows fate casts on the sand. Do not fear this truth. Think of fate as your constant companion. To glimpse upon fate is to see what unites us all. But you ran against the storm. You...
sturdy find indeed. An inspired find, Tamid. We ride. Let us move. It's Radin, Tamid.
Of all the ports in Tamriel, why this one? I sailed all the way across the Iliac Bay, and I need a glass of grog. I shared a drink with some unsavory characters, but I draw the line at zombies. I think I'll stay off the docks for now. You can't smell their soggy, rotting flesh? Just walk down the causeway there. You'll see them. Damned army of them. Question is, why aren't the Sentinel guards doing anything? Nah, I've seen a few of the bootless louts skulking around, behind crates and such. Someone needs to go grab one of the guards and ask what in oblivion's going on here. You up for it? There you go. Give the guards a kick and tell them to get to work. I've got cargo to unload. If the guards can't help us, look for the dockmaster. Maybe he's got half a brain. Unless the zombies have eaten it, of course. As if this day hadn't gone to oblivion already. You feel the need to remind me of all my debt? Yes, I still owe Sarashi. The Dawn Posset is a quality ship. It'll take time to pay her off. Of course, lost the ship at the Koglan Lighthouse. The crew moved on. I'm lucky Elvira stuck around. We bought the Dawn Posset in Wayrest and took on a new crew. Good people. We're due for a streak of luck after this. How do you think I make a living? I buy there, sell here. It's what I do. All legitimate, of course. Picked up a load of timber in Wayrest. It'll sell for a pile of coin here. It better.
Waka's breath. Too many. I can't take it. Yes, sir. You might want to get back on your boat, seafarer. The dead are crawling from the sea and they have overtaken the docks. There is nothing to be done. We just have to pray to Tuwaka that they wander away. Zombies? Oh, such a crude term. These Ranetu are the remains of sailors who shipwrecked off the coast. We respect our dead here in the alik'r desert. Even those who died at sea are honored ancestors. We do not fight them. We would be cursed. No, you are an outsider. These are not your ancestors. And as such, there is no dishonor in striking them down. No curse. Oh, but the fact that the dead have risen at all, it is terrible. We have strict laws. This should not happen here. I do not know. And I fear we have only made the situation worse. We thought we could contain them. We built barricades and tried to herd them away, but it was to no avail. Now I fear we are in even greater danger. My fellow guards will not strike the Ranetu either. Jesmin, Pirjin, and Emidal. I fear for their lives. Please find them and send them away. Then meet at the warehouse. The Dark Master hides there, and he may know the cause of all this.